The content on this channel is for informational and educational purposes only. Please contact a professional when it comes to your financial needs. We should always be laser focused on learning and improving on whatever it is that you got going on, especially when it comes to Bitcoin mining. Now, anybody who's mining Bitcoin should be operating their node. But in the past, I say month now, I tried creating my node with a very basic computer. And the first 24 hours of syncing that node to the Bitcoin blockchain was seamless. 50% of it was done. It should only take 2 days, right? Wrong. Initially, it was doing fine. And all of a sudden, it became an opportunity to learn more about what could go wrong when you use very inexpensive components. But what I found out in this journey is how I could take that disadvantage and turn it into a net positive by asking some simple questions. How can I make this better? We're going to get into that right here, right now on the Ujamaa Network. I'm Antoine. Let's get to it. Getting into the project and making some moves, trying to learn more, I ran into that problem of this thing just not syncing. And in order for you to run your own node, you've got to have a full copy of that Bitcoin. Now, they do allow you to do kind of a scaled down version of it, but that's not what we want to do. We want a full node, and we want to be able to use our miners that we're hopefully trying to generate passive income with and join it to a pool that you own yourself. Well, about a day into it, things were going fine. I was thinking I was going to be done with this within a couple of hours, like 24 more hours. That this simply wasn't the case. I got up to about 60% synced, and it wasn't that the node was crashing. It just went from utilization, especially the memory utilization, went from about 75 to 80% of the available RAM to maybe 1 or 2%. We're talking about megs versus gigs. This is an 8 gig machine. And it was the bare minimum of a rig. I know some Raspberry Pis, you can go as high as 32 gig on some of those things. But from the instructions that I was given, it said 8 gig and a dual core processor is all you need. And that's what I went for purposefully. In hindsight, and in the first video, that probably was a bad idea. Go ahead and splurge on something that has at least 32 gig. 16 should suffice, but 32, definite. You already have the hard drive component, which should be about 2 terabyte drives. Anything under that, the current size of the uh, Bitcoin ledger is almost a gig now. Excuse me, almost a terabyte now. You want to have at least 1 terabyte more than what you need, just because eventually this thing is going to grow. But anyway, the thing I started doing is asking questions. Is this thing actually crashing? Or is there a way that I can monitor it? Enter Uptime Kuma. Now, Uptime Kuma is a way to monitor resources. You can do more than just monitor what's going on with your miner, or excuse me, with your node. You can make sure that your web addresses are up. If you have web pages that you're on, downtimes for different devices, different IP addresses, it's a very wonderful tool. And I started using it just to track what's going on. If there's connection issues, or if this is just something simply hardware related. And the opportunities to learn more while you are doing things is what this is all about. Now, here's how you download and utilize Uptime Kuma. So, from the beginning of your page, go right to your local page for your uh, Umbrel account. And what you want to do is go to the apps button, the search button here, and look in the apps for Uptime Kuma. just type in Uptime, and it's going to be the first option currently. So Uptime Kuma, and you're simply just going to download it. You're going to install it. Mine's is already installed. Just hit open. Now, what you're going to get after you install this thing is a very intuitive little app here, and it allows you to add different types of monitors. You can monitor just about anything. Let's go ahead and add one. And the monitor type, you can monitor web pages, TCP/IP ports, and that's what I did. I want to monitor that local port. And specifically, let's go look at that setup and just hit edit. That port 8333. This is going to be how you set it up. Just give it a friendly name, host name, and port. How many intervals, heartbeat intervals, to check anytime this thing is up or down. Pretty much all you have to do is that. Now you can go into more advanced settings and just hit save. But the dashboard is the story of the show, as the star of the show. And you're going to go ahead and see all the events just by clicking on it. And it gives you a nice monitor for how long it's been up. And it's, like I say, it's kind of self-explanatory. This at least gives you an idea of what's going on behind the scenes. This tool is highly recommended. I'm going to probably apply it to some of the web pages that I have and just have fun with it. So essentially, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. This is an opportunity to learn or to grow some of the tools that you have at your disposal when it comes to mining. My goal is still to be mining on my own pool with my own miners by the first of the year. Regardless of whether this project meets that time, I think by the end of next week, I'll go ahead and plug up another machine and use that and try to sync to rule out any possible hardware problems with that BMax Pro. Just to make sure, because I know the general response, the general consensus, that it should only take 2 days to a week to get that whole node synchronized. At any rate, leave your comments below, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll talk to you later.